Team Fortress 2 is considered a game where you can mix and match all kinds of weapons and still end up at the top of the scoreboard. That said, there are a number of weapons that are so useless that no one would ever want to try doing so in the first place. The Scottish resistance trades detonating all sticky bombs in favor of selective detonation of laid bombs that are in your crosshairs. This makes it useful for situational traps, but it's considerably slower to arm stickies than the stock of the Quickie Bomb launcher, which means it lacks the versatility in direct combat. Plus, both the stock launcher and Quickie Bomb are just as good at laying traps anyway when it matters, making it essentially redundant. That said, that's only in regular play. In man versus machine, it's hilariously powerful and essentially a straight upgrade over stock since it fires faster and the upgrades are cheaper. The pre-nerfed Ullapool Caber was the absolute terror of snipers, scouts, spies, and NGs everywhere on release. It essentially turned the demo man into an action bomb-on hit, doing enough damage to one-shot those classes. And it works insanely well with the sticky jumper that let Demos rain death from above at will.
A good bad bug that made Demos immune to the self-blast damage didn't help either.
Enter the Gunmetal update, which drastically reduced the base damage, essentially making it worthless as it didn't do enough damage to enemies anymore to justify getting in close and blowing yourself. It doesn't help that the weapon has endured several other nerfs, such as an increased switch speed.
Meaning using it as a last resort, taking you with me is likely to simply lead to the user dying while pulling it out.
Than the weapon in general being notoriously buggy.
For instance, it's been known to fail to explode on hit, or worse, explode without doing damage, and even when it does go off, the damage is notoriously inconsistent.
The Clay Game lore was considered fairly decent for a little while due to enabling ping-ponging,
aka being able to charge an enemy and immediately charge again when combined with the Time Turner.
But its rework in the Tough Break update left a lot of unhappy demo knights in its wake. Its previous increase to charge duration was changed to restoring a smidgen of health on kill, while its health penalty was changed to an increase in damage taken while out. These changes immediately led to the weapon being abandoned and derided as a downgraded hassle to its chin. Valve eventually relented and gave the Clade Himlo back its charge duration bonus, but it still isn't held in very high regard. Between the increase in damage taken remaining without any way to get it back and the Time Turner also being nerfed. That said, it has found a fair niche as a tool for hybrid knights, who use the increased charge duration as more of a mobility tool and appreciate that it's the only sword with no downsides when sheathed.
The Persian Persuader, the other main candidate for a charge-focused demo knight, basically cannot use grenades.
It deserves a drink!